It's Tarina. So today, meet Rusty. This is Rusty, my little pumpkin. Isn't he cute? And he smells so good. Oh, he smells super good. So today we're gonna make Rusty a little friend, and I I just kind of did the a project because I felt like doing it. This is a fun technique. It is a long, it's a long technique. It's not, there's many layers. And so when you have layers, you have to make sure that the layer below is dry before you go on. He is glow in the dark, just an FYI. I'll show you real fast. You can see that he's glow in the dark. I did use glow in the dark paste. And he even like glows in the dark a little bit. You can see him. Cute, huh? I got lots and lots of compliments and lots of comments. How'd you make him? How'd you make him? So guess what? Today we are going to make Rusty. We're going to make him a little partner. So if you want to get the supplies, make sure you comment Rusty and I'll pop over a supply list in Messenger. Also, if you guys want to know when I go live, just in that messenger message, there's going to be a little tab that says get notified when I go live. So just make sure you click that. It's real easy. And the next time I go live, you'll make sure that you get notified when I make things like this. Okay, so just a little background. Basically, I learned how to do this technique from some other crafter. I saw the technique on Pinterest. You know, I'm a Pinterest fiend. But I saw this and I thought, oh my gosh, I could totally make that. So I learned how to do this. And oh my gosh, he smells so good. I just grabbed my cinnamon. Here's my cinnamon and Mod Podge. Whoops, don't spill the cinnamon. And some Mod Podge. I just have the matte Mod Podge. And it's the brush on kind. I use an old paintbrush when I do it because I don't want to mess them up. So I also used the pumpkin faces on this. We'll go through it exactly what I did. You can use any container. So this is a plastic container. This was I think this is my protein, like for my protein shakes. I keep containers, and if you guys have containers laying around going, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Well, here you go. Here's the perfect thing that you're going to make with it. These are Kurt's favorite cookies, the pirouettes. And so we have several of these cans laying around. So this is what we're going to use today. And I thought it would be so cute to have a tall Rusty and a small Rusty, a short, fat Rusty. So this is what we're going to do. The first thing you're going to do is we're going to paint with acrylic paint on the container. You're going to take the top off and we're going to paint the lid and the base. All right. So I'm going to put little Rusty aside and then I'm going to flip it around a little bit so you guys can see me up above. Okay, so there we go. Also, I have my surface covered. Let me make sure that my glue gun, it is plugged in. I have my heat tool all ready to go. And like I said, you guys, this is not my own original idea. I learned this from some other crafters. Several people have used this technique. This is not my own. Oh my gosh, that lid. This is not my own design. This is something I learned from other crafters, okay? Let me take that banner off. But again, if you guys want, if you want to get the supply list, just make sure you put Rusty in the comments. Also, guys, if you don't see the little red live button that says live, that means you're on replay. So put hashtag replay in the comments. All right. So I have my plastic sheet down to protect my my background, and I'm just gonna use that. It wipes off pretty easy. That's why I like using this. It's just from a D size transfer. Oh my goodness. And it might take a couple of layers of the paint. Now, here's the thing. Like I said, this is a layer upon layer. This is not a one and done. And normally I would have this already done for you guys, like the black, but I wanted to show you that really it is with any container, and what it started out as. It's sometimes nice to see what it starts as. And this is not, this is not going to be a real quick project, but nothing worth having is quick, right? I'll kind of go over the list of things that you're going to need. Obviously, you're going to need some cinnamon because that's what makes that rusty look, is the cinnamon and Mod Podge. I use the brush on Mod Podge. I just like that look. Or sorry, I like that better than the spray on Mod Podge for this technique. All right. And you're going to need some cinnamon, black paint, and it could be any kind. Oh my gosh, I already have black all over my, all over myself, you guys. It's everywhere. You guys look at that. I've got black everywhere. Do you guys do that too? Because I always have the paint and stuff everywhere. Does not have to be fancy. Just make sure you cover all of it. You don't want this, whatever's underneath, to show. Oh my gosh, you guys. Hot Mess Express. We are also going to be using orange peel chalk paste and rust chalk paste. And black chalk paste. Okay, I'm going to dry this real quick. And just be careful when using your heat tool that when you're heating up metal, obviously it gets hot, okay? So you just need to be careful that you don't burn your hands. All right, let's do a second coat. Ooh, that is hot. So be real careful. And again, you're going to have multiple layers of other, well, one layer of each of the other colors too. Don't press too hard. I noticed this on the plastic as well. When you press too hard on the layers, sometimes the paint underneath will come off. So if it does, just like I just did that right there, just go back over that spot, kind of dab it. It's supposed to look rustic anyway, so it's okay. You just don't want the color of the can underneath to show. To me, that's the most important part. And I do notice like this can, the colors are real dark. And so it seems like the writing shows up. Okay, so again, we're still going to do 2 more color layers on that. And this lid, it's going to be covered. I don't know if you saw the little Rusty. He has so much stuff and the stem, but just, cover up as best you can. It's going to be kind of my thing for the day. Just make sure you try to cover up the best you can. All right. Ooh, that's hot. Be careful, guys. Be really careful. I probably should have like some tweezers or something to move that. Because this heat tool is really hot. So if you're using like a lower heat tool, probably won't be as hot, but mine is like fire hot. Okay. Let me rinse out my black here real fast. Give me just a second. Okay, so the next color, I'm going to start with the brighter orange, which is orange peel, and then I'm going to go to the more pumpkin-y orange color, and that's rust. Again, if you guys comment rusty in the comments, I will send you guys all the information that you need. So I'm just going to spray a little bit of water in my tray. Make sure your thing is nice and cool before you start. All right. I hope you guys are doing good. This is also, if you're over on our customer group for my team, it is 12 days of live for Halloween. And myself and other creators on my team are doing some fun projects. So if you're not there and you want to get information on how to be on my team creator page, just message me and I can get that information to you. And then if you want the supply list, just please comment Rusty. And I like that the black kind of shows through again. This is supposed to be rustic looking. And if you're just joining, hello. And if you're new to our page, make sure you say where you're from. Yeah, That right there was not completely dry, that black. So just make sure, it didn't really hurt anything, but just make sure that each layer is dry before you go on. This is live, so we're just gonna kind of go with it. It's just a little tacky. That's all. Okay. Just make sure you get everything covered. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. See how that looks? It's going to start looking better and better with each layer. Now we're going to do the lid. Same way. Now, I'm just going to kind of warn you a little bit with the top for like the ribbons. Just use what you have. You guys, I've been going through my ribbon stash and organizing all of my ribbons and fibers and stuff. So use what you have. I just grabbed out the ribbons and fibers that I actually have a lot of, and that's what I used. And the leaves that I have on the little rusty guy, I actually don't have any more of that, but I found some other fall leaves that I'm going to use for the big rusty. Okay. Close that lid, and then I'm going to dry this again. Ooh, that's hot. Be careful. Okay, I'm going to hit that one more time. I just put my finger in it. So I got a little bit of my fingerprint on that. And I'm going to just kind of hit that again on the top. Okay. Okay. So now I'm going to rinse out my brush really fast. And then we're going to come back, and this time we're going to do the rust. Okay, same process. And I'm just spraying a little bit of water in my little container on this, my little what is this, little tray? Gosh, I can't even think, you guys. Also, if I don't see your name, the program that I use, sometimes I don't see, well, and actually my Wi-Fi, I don't see a lot of people's comments. So I promise I'll respond in the comments if you say anything. But if you don't see the live, the little red box that says live, make sure you put hashtag replay. And I like, as I'm putting the layers on, I can kind of tell, like this is where some, I don't know, something was on this can. So it has like a texture, which just adds. Don't even worry about if there's like glue or whatever left from a label. Totally fine, because again, it just adds to the texture of the rustic look. Okay, almost around to the beginning. And it's really kind of cool. I don't know if you guys can tell in the video feed, but you can kind of like, if you're not like, I'm not trying to be perfect. It actually, you can start seeing like the different colors come through, like the black and the orange and the rust. It's really kind of cool. Just trying to use up all of my paste. Okay. And if you want it darker, you can totally do darker, any color that you want, that you're looking for. But remember, I'm also going to go back over with the cinnamon, and that's going to really make it look rustic. Okay, I'll set that aside. And then we're going to do the lid. All right. He's going to be so cute. I'm loving all of the different projects that have been made. Just trying to think outside the box. I love things that are like upcycled, or things that you wouldn't normally put together. And so that's been some of the projects that have been done over on my team VIP group. Again, message me if you're interested in getting on that over there. All right, set that aside. I'm going to dry these real fast. So it kind of got too close, and that's okay. If you're too close, sometimes it'll bubble up. So just kind of go back over it. Remember, this is a lot of this lid is going to be covered up anyway. Also, just FYI, you guys, I do have my glue gun plugged in. So on this guy, I want to make sure that I don't think I want to put, because again, this is like an area of the actual tin that was kind of roughed up. Kind of put my nail on that. I don't want to put the face of my pumpkin on the roughed up side. Yeah, that's the can. So I'm going to find a nice smooth area of the can. Maybe this is the side. That's probably going to be it right here is where I'm going to put the face. So I'm going to want to make sure that this side of the can, you guys, oh my goodness, what am I doing? I'm scratching at my little pumpkin. This should be a video of what not to do. Don't use nails. Okay. I'm using the cool setting. Wash this off real fast. So on something that's metal, like this is, you know, something I would teach you guys if we were doing something on our metal chalkboards. You want to make sure that the metal is not hot at all, okay? Because you don't want, when metal has like paint or some kind of substance on it, like the chalk paste or whatever, when you pull the transfer back, it will peel that stuff up, and you don't want that to happen. So I want to make sure that this is nice and cool. I'm also going to use our surface paste wax because I don't want this to pull. I want the transfer to go down and then come up nice and easy. I also want the chalk paste that I use to have some sort of like teeth to hold on, because again, this is metal. So I'm just going to wipe on, wax on, wax off. Oh, we haven't watched the rest of Cobra Kai. We started watching Cobra Kai and then we haven't finished watching it. So wax on. Anybody else watching Cobra Kai? Trevor's watched the whole season. Is it 4, 3, 5, whatever it is.
Fifth one just came out recently.
Yeah, so he just finished the last season. He's doing some. Are you doing homework? You're not doing homework. You're out of school. He's doing music homework. He's in a musical. All right. So he's practicing lines and I don't know what else. He's just doing all the things. Okay. So I'm going to grab out my faces. And I'm going to use the long face just because it's a taller surface. I'm gonna get my fuzz cloth out because this one's brand new. So I haven't used the big face yet. So I'm gonna fuzz him real good. Okay. Ooh, go back, go back, go back. Yeah, that's where I want him. We're gonna do two different layers. We're gonna do black, and then we're gonna do glow in the dark because we want this to be glow in the dark. Let me turn him so I can see. I want to kind of put his face down a little lower. Start in the middle, work your way out. Make sure you've got a good seal on him. Okay, get a multi-tool out. Just cover up those screens. All right. He's cute. He's going to be so cute, you guys. I'm so excited. He's cute. Oh. So we got a little bit of a bleed right there because of this lip. Darn it. That's okay. Never fear. Hold on. Let me wash this off. All right. We're going to fix our little mistake there. Let's give a wipe out. And I also have a paintbrush. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try to wipe up any like excess that I can. Actually kind of looks cool. Kind of looks cool. I'm going to grab the brush. And then go over with a little bit of that rust color. Rust. Again, there's only happy accidents. My son's laughing at me. There it is. There's only happy accidents. Because a lot of times, accidents turn into being even better looking. Okay, so we're going to dry that real fast. So you can do one of two things. You can brush on or use the transfer again, the glow in the dark paste. It might actually be quicker to even do the brush on. So I'm going to try that this time and just brush on the face. With the glow in the dark paste. And I'm just going to try to cover up the little black areas. I'm using a little thin paintbrush. I don't know if you guys can see that. If you want, you can line up. I just don't want to pull this area that I just painted up again. So to me, just painting on that glow in the dark paste is going to be just as easy. I think I'm getting any comments. So I promise you, if you comment in the comments, I'll respond to you. It's so cute. And we will test out the glow in the dark when it's done. And if you guys want to get the supply list, just make sure you put Rusty in the comments and we'll get you that information. And if you're on my team group, if you want to get the supplies, just comment Rusty and tag your designer if you're not already a designer to get the supply list, and we will get that over to you. Hey Travis, can you do me a favor? Can you turn the air down to like 74? Mom's having a hot flash. Thanks, bud. Well, it's so much better. Thank you, honey. Having my own power surge over here. My own personal summer. Hashtag thyroid issues. Sorry, not thyroid issues. No thyroid. There's no issues. I have no thyroid. All right, I think I got it all covered. I'm just trying to get up any glops that I see. Okay. Let me just try this real fast. Let's charge it. Charge. Can you see that? Can you see that? But you can charge it by just putting light on it. And then it'll glow in the dark. Like I have a couple jars of glow in the dark. And it's really funny because I will go to bed at night and I'll turn off the lights in the house. And I'll have like these little glowing jars of paste. It's pretty funny. All right. So we're going to put that aside. Let me get something else real fast. And okay. Oops, let me put this to the side real quick. Get out a piece of, I'm going to take this out real fast. I'm going to take this out and I'm going to put down a piece of parchment paper. And the reason we're going to use parchment paper, I mean, you could use another piece of like the cover, what am I trying to say? Gosh, brain fart. The transfer, what the transfer comes in, you could totally use that. But we're going to be using the cinnamon, and I want to be able to use or save the cinnamon and put it back on. All right, so let's see. I'll stick that there. All right, so what we're going to do next is we're going to brush on. We're going to brush on the Mod Podge, and then we're going to sprinkle on cinnamon as we go. You're going to kind of see what I'm doing. You go back over with Mod Podge, and you just kind of make it a little bit like gloppy and rustic. It's really cool. So I'm just going to start going, and I'll explain more as I go. I'm just going to dip into the Mod Podge container. You guys, this is so not like technical at all. I'm going to go around the face at the end just to let it dry a little bit more. Also, if you are going to be crafting a lot, maybe not use really expensive cinnamon. Go to like the Dollar Tree or something and just grab some inexpensive cinnamon, I guess. Okay. I'm using the sprinkle part of my cinnamon. And then I'm going to keep going around. You're going to get cinnamon everywhere, just FYI. It just kind of goes with the territory. And I don't go on the eyes or the mouth or the nose. I try to stay clear of those. And if you do get some on, it's totally fine. But I don't want to get the Mod Podge. On there. And I do kind of like use stuff that I've already got. Okay. Keep going around. Getting the Mod Podge in the little nooks and crannies. And again, the reason why I do the face first instead of after all of this is because we're using a transfer and you don't want to get the transfer all cinnamony. I guess if you were just painting the face on, you could do it afterwards, but because we're using a transfer, we don't want to get any spices on your face of your pumpkin. Okay. Okay. There we go. It's a little tedious, but it's so worth it. And hopefully you guys will try this. And if you do, please make sure that you post it either on your page, on your own page, and tag me, or in our Team VIP group, which is our Team Craft group, or you can put it in my VIP group. I would love to see that. All right, I'm going to finish all the wet areas. Okay, just make sure you cover up all the glued areas. I'm gonna set that aside real quick. Oh, see, I'm getting that everywhere, you guys. Oh my gosh. Okay, you guys, I have a bracelet of cinnamon. And it's like glitter. It gets everywhere. All right, so we're going to do the lid now. Same thing. Just cover it with the glue or the Mod Podge. I mean, really, Mod Podge is just glue. And my house smelled like cinnamon for days. I swear I had cinnamon up my nose for days. I'm just rolling this in the cinnamon that's left over on here. Okay. Let that sit for a sec. Okay. I'm going to take a clean paintbrush and I'm going to go over the face area, just kind of brushing off the eyes. And the mouth. And the nose. I'm kind of just wiping off the brush because it does get a little caked. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come back again with the brush that I had before, and you're kind of going to glue it again. And it's okay that it gets cakey. You're almost like brushing off with glue on your brush. And then I kind of pat it down in some areas. Because you just don't want the cinnamon to get everywhere. So the whole idea is to mat it down with the glue. And like I said, sometimes it'll kind of bunch together, and that's totally fine because it will help with that very rustic look. And the glue dries clear too, just so you guys know. This is going to look so cool. At first you're kind of going like, oh, what is that going to look like? I promise you it's so cool. And I'm just going to go around again, around the mouth. Oh, Dieters, what you doing? He's my dog. And she's like, Mom, what you doing? Okay. She thinks she needs my attention 100% of the time, huh, Dieters? I think around the eyes and nose and mouth again, I'm going to use a thinner brush. Just, I don't want to get this everywhere. Like I said, I think I was smelling cinnamon for days, you guys. It is strong. The smell is strong. Travis, can you take her out real fast, hon? Okay. Hold on, Dee Dee. She's gonna wait. She's like, somebody take me out. And you can come back through if you think that you want a little more like grunge and add bits of like sprinkle on more cinnamon. Oh, she just wanted my attention. That's what she wanted. Okay. And then I'm going to show you real fast how it does dry matte and clear. I don't know if you guys can see, but it's already starting to dry on this side. You guys see that texture? It is so cool looking. It just looks like a little rusty tin. It is really neat. Okay. All right, let me do the lid real quick. Oops. I'll do the lid real quick. Let that dry a bit. Whew. All right. And then we're going to add a little extra texture. You what?
I think I finally finished highlighting.
Yay!
Transfer.
Didn't know that your college degree was going to help you with highlighting. You used my highlighter to death?
No, this is not
Oh, it's yours.
mine. That's used to death.
Oh. Okay, let me rinse this off real quick. I'm going to just sit this for a quick second. You guys can see how it's already starting to dry, and it's going to dry clear like that. But look at all the fun little textures that's just coming through. So let me rinse these off real fast. I get the cinnamon off my hand. Okay, so I'm going to close the Mod Podge up. I don't need that right this second. Now, when you're doing this on your own, you can like let your projects sit to the side and dry. You really want this to dry. You can, like I said, I'm using a blow dryer to dry it, or a heat tool to dry it. You can totally do that. Let me set this. I'm going to dump that real quick. Let me just dump this real fast. It's like glitter, you guys. It gets everywhere. Wipe up my backdrop. And again, if you're going to do multiple of these, I would probably go get some inexpensive, I think I just said this earlier, but go get some inexpensive cinnamon to use. Maybe a Dollar Tree or something that's on sale, or buy it in bulk or something. All right, so I think what we're going to do is I'm going to set this aside for just a minute, and let's work on some other things real quick. Let's work on the stem. I don't know if you guys saw this, but Little Rusty has part of a cinnamon stick, and then this is some wire that's covered in grapevine wreath type stuff. I just get a pack of cinnamon sticks, and I will cut them in half just so they're like this size that I want. You can use whatever you want. If you have a cork or whatever, you can use that. I already have, oh my gosh, I have the hiccups. I'm so sorry, you guys. I have this one already cut. So I'm just going to use that. If you have an uneven edge like this, make that the top. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start wrapping. Start at the bottom and just start wrapping around that cinnamon stick, and then come back down, and you can do how many more times you want. I think that's just fine. You can go up and back again. I'm trying to think, I probably did that with this one. I think, okay, maybe we'll do that again. So Little Rusty has, I did it twice. So, and I got this grapevine wire. Well, I think it was at Hobby Lobby or something like that, I think. But it was in the floral section. Okay. Now, what I did with him, I left a little bit of a length like this so that I can just make like a twirly at the top. These are just my craft scissors. They're not expensive, fancy scissors. I don't know what happened to my wire cutters. I had some perfectly good wire cutters. And then I just kind of like wrapped it so that when it, I glued this to the top, it was just like a little vine sticking up. Okay, so we've got that. The next thing I'm going to do is we're going to work on our bow. And get ready for the lid of our little pumpkin. It's starting to really dry, so look how pretty that is so far. It looks really great. Couple things. This is what I had in my stash. I believe I got this at probably Dollar Tree. I'm going to use the yellow leaves, the yellow and orange leaves. Probably do 2 sets of them just because I think that'll be fun on this guy. It's so pretty. And I didn't buy in this has been in my stash, you guys. So then I also did, these are just corn husks, probably again, Dollar Tree. And what I'm going to do is, if you watched my live on Tuesday, I think it was, I did a bow. This is going to be a similar bow. So I'm just going to split apart some of these guys. Now you can do a couple of things. I'm going to do this the way I did this little rusty guy. Or you can add the corn husks to your actual bow. My little rusty guy, I did not. So I just took 2 little batches of the corn husks, just like this. And then I'm going to grab a little length of twine. Doesn't need to be a lot. And just tie it. If you've got wire, you can use wire. I just happen to have twine sitting here. And then what you're going to do is when we glue everything together, you fold them in half like this. And this just gives some texture behind these leaves. It's kind of fun. So they'll be like this. Does that make sense? So it's almost like leaves for your leaves. So we're going to do the same thing. Grab a little length of my twine. You can make them, you can do 2 or 3 or 4, totally up to you, whatever you want. You can make it as full as you want as well. And again, I'm going to be folding these over to put behind the leaves. Okay, so we're just basically prepping all the things. Okay. Oh, where's my stuff? Where's my roll? I have this cute wire stuff. I used it on Tuesday and I used it. So I don't even remember where I got this. Again, it was probably Dollar Tree or Hobby Lobby because those are kind of my go-to. But I love this because again, it's wired stuff. It's wrapped wire and it has these cute little like orangey red berries on it. I love it. I've been tying all of my fall ribbons or bows with it. It's a cute little centerpiece. Again, look how cute that is on our little Rusty. All right, so then what we're gonna do, we're gonna take a couple lengths, however long you want. I think about 9 inches is about my go-to, just kind of, I don't normally measure, but I know people ask me. See, that's pretty good. I was pretty dead on. That's 9 inches. So I'm just going to cut 2 lengths, 9 inches. Everything is done in 2s. Okay. So I just used scraps of my ribbons that I have. Got some yellow in there, so maybe I'll grab out. I don't know if I have enough yellow. I'm at the end of my yellow. Yeah, I don't think I have enough yellow. But I could cut it in half. And then use that. It doesn't matter how thick your ribbons are either. Let me put this away real fast. So then I'm going to cut for 2 lengths of this as well. But then again, I'm also going to cut it in half because this is real wide ribbon. So then I'm going to cut it in half. You can use wired or non-wired ribbon. Totally up to you. What eaters. And then I found this, I don't even know where. Again, I get a lot of my ribbons when they're on sale. And so I don't necessarily remember exactly where I get them all. And again, I'm going to cut this in half. And cut another length of it. Oh, that's stuck. Another length. I love these little fall bows. They're not my go-to big fluffy bow. But I'm really liking these. Okay, and then you're going to split this in half again. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put down, let's see, probably the, good night, sweetie. Sleep well. I'm going to put down the plaid and then just do crisscross. And then take, I don't know what this fibrous stuff is, but you'll see what we're going to do with it in just a minute. And then take this guy and this guy. And then I might even do a 1/3 length of this stuff because I like to separate like colors and stuff with it. But I think what I'm going to do is do this and then that. Put that right there to hold it. And then just do length of this stuff. I don't even know what it's called. It's just like a fibery ribbon. And then split it in half. And crisscross applesauce again. And then I'm going to take, I'm probably just going to use the rest of this. And you guys see what I'm doing? I'm kind of like squishing that X. And then twist, 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 twist. Not super technical at all. And then what I'm going to do, this will make the center of the little flower, or the, sorry, not the little flower, the little bow. So I'm just going to kind of roll this. And the same with this end. And because it's wire, you can maneuver it. You'll be able to move it around where you want it. All right, so now what we're going to do is kind of zhuzh this up. And I'm going to cut all of these little guys just kind of at an angle. The little yellow ones are already short, so I'm just not really going to cut too much off of that. Just kind of shape it up. You could dovetail them however you want. It's totally up to you. It's your bow. I just did the other one at an angle, and that's why I'm going to do these at an angle. You can cut them at different lengths. You don't need to cut these unless you want to trim them. I'm really just kind of focusing on the patterned and colored ribbons. And do you see how I just kind of layered them where they're a little bit, one's a little bit longer than the next? Okay, just finish these up real quick. Oh, this fiber stuff, man, it gets on everything and it hooks. So just be careful. It doesn't hurt. It just hooks on everything. Okay, see, it keeps hooking on everything. All right, so now what I'm going to do is the little fiber stuff, I'm actually going to split apart because I just love that look. It almost looks just like hay fiber. I love that texture. It looks really cool. You can do this with burlap or anything like that. And that's why I said you don't really necessarily need to trim it unless you want to, unless it's too long. But I'm going to go around and do that to all of the fiber pieces. Isn't that pretty texture? Again, it's such a fun, like fall bow. And then when you get everything together, look how fun that is. You can move and maneuver all of your bow pieces around where you want it. They don't have to be right on top of each other. Zhuzh them up a little bit. Isn't that cute? Cute. Okay, so I'm gonna clean up this ribbon real fast, and then we're gonna finish the rest of our big Rusty. Let me just get my trash bag. Okay. Let's put this guy aside. All right, let me finish drying. His face is still not completely dry, and I want to make sure that he is dry. Sometimes you'll get a little bubbling, and that's okay. You can come back in. It's the glue that's bubbling. That's okay, because again, it just lends to more texture. But see how nice that looks? That's so cool, you guys. And you can check the glow in the dark. See, it's still glow in the dark. Do you see that? He's still glow in the dark. All right, let me just get this back right here. I just love that he looks like a rusty old tin can. But man, he smells good. Smells super good. All right. And again, this guy right here, oh, he's bubbling up. That glue. The lid really doesn't matter. It is going to be covered up for the most part. Okay. All right. So I've got my hot glue going. The next thing that we're going to do is basically finish him off. And I'm going to put a piece of, the paste jars underneath just to kind of lift them up so I don't have to work so low, and maybe you can see it a little better. But so now what we're going to do is we're going to put a big dollop of glue right in the middle right there, and we're going to put the little, you guys, words are hard. Words are hard. The little stem. Okay. Big dollop of glue right in the center. And that's going to take a minute to dry. Oh, it's standing up kind of good. So then you're going to get your leaves ready. Trim these plastic pieces off. Put a little glue to kind of hold them together. Put a little bit of glue on the back. Okay, and then take some of your corn husks, and I put a little dollop of glue again right there. If you've got your finger savers, you might want to put those on. If you're worried about getting burned with the hot glue. Again, I'm just gonna kind of put a dollop of glue. Just hold that there for a second. Look at that, you guys, how cute that is. And if you're worried, just kind of look around and make sure that everything is stuck down nice and tight there. I'm going to grab out my other leaves, trim the little plastic pieces off of those. Get my other corn husks. Put another little dollop of glue to kind of hold that together. And I'm going to tuck these in underneath there again. Almost done, you guys. Almost done. I told you this was going to be a long one, but I think it's so worth it. All right. Okay, again, just a little dollop of glue on the side here. Kind of hold those together. Some glue on the back. Tuck, 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 tuck all of the little leaves. We can trim this if you don't need it. Okay. Put a little bit of glue under those leaves just so they stick. There we go. All right, so then the last thing you need to do is figure out where you want your bow. And really, it's just to cover up. And then we can always give it a little haircut once we have the lid on Big Rusty. Okay. So I'm just going to put a ton of glue right there. Okay. Almost done, you guys. I'm so excited. This is so cute. Hope you guys are loving this. Just make sure you let me know. If you want to get the supply list, we can get you that. Just comment Rusty in the comments below. And if you're watching this on replay, make sure you put hashtag replay. And then I'll zhuzh this some more after everything dries. Guys, look how cute that is. His little hat. Oh my gosh. Okay, so the other thing I want to do really fast is I'm just going to take my little black ink pad and my dauber, and I'm just going to kind of hit a couple of like the raised areas. All right, so I didn't care that there's like some raised areas because it just makes it look even more Rustic. So I'm just going to kind of go around the bottom. You can even use black chalk paste if you just have black chalk paste. And then the seam of the, I like to go like where the seam of the can is to make it look really rusted. On the bottom. The lid doesn't really like show, so I don't really worry about that too much. Okay. Isn't that cute, you guys? Oh my gosh, he's so cute. Okay. All right. I'm going to put the lid on Big Rusty. And if there is areas of the can that do show, you can totally just go around with a little bit of black ink, the black ink pad. Oh, come on. You can do it. Come on. I know you can. Okay, let's try from the back first. I swear this lid fit. It's probably all the junk I have on it. Okay. Who knew that this was going to be the hardest part? Well, if it doesn't go on all the way, what I'm going to do is I will put some glue around the outside and I'll glue it down. But gosh, he looks so cute, you guys. I'll tell you something though, once he's on, he's on. Oh, almost. I almost have it. Okay, well, you get the picture. I'll glue them on. I'll glue the lid on. And then I will show you guys a picture. I'll post a picture. But you guys, he almost looks cute like he has a fascinator on. But how cute. Look at that. He is so adorable. Very rusty. Again, if you guys want the supply list for Rusty, just put Rusty in the comments and we can get that to you. Let's come out. Oh, here. Go here. You guys, look at Big Rusty. So cute. And little Rusty. You guys, look how cute they are. Little friends. You can make them out of all the. How fun would this be to have a little family of Rusties? So cute, right? Again, if you guys want the supply list, just put Rusty in the comments and I can get that to you. If you're on a team group, make sure you tag your designer, unless you are a designer. And I will post a supply list for my team in the team group. If you guys have any questions, just comment below. If you're watching on replay, just put hashtag replay. If I didn't really see any comments, so I will go back and answer all your questions. Just put some comments in the comments below, and I promise you, I'll answer you. All right, you guys, I'll take some pictures of both our Rusties and get them to you later. All right, you guys, have a great day. This has been Tarina with Create with Tree. That's me. I'll see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.